shouldn't be this complicated. I've clicked on everything.
I wish I'd kept everything and we could do a compilation of us having technical difficulties on Zoom. I think it could be a whole episode.
I need to date another IT
a tech person. So you don't have the like green share screen at the bottom?
Oh, yes, I do. It's the main button. Quite right.
Oh dear.
Oh, goodness.
Awesome. I love this. Okay. Apology language. Interesting. I'm excited. Okay.
I think this is really not going to take long.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay. So it's more meaningful to me when I hear someone say, I deeply regret having embarrassed you like I did.
No, that makes me want to vomit.
Interesting.
So does the other one though, but less so.
Interesting. So why does that first one make you want to vomit? Do you know? Or it's just like a gut reaction? Like,
I think it sounds I feel like the focus is on the other person, and that concerns me.
Yes.
And their feelings are more, they deeply regret.
Yes, I agree.
My sister.
Yes. I agree.
But maybe if it wasn't for her, I might be like, yeah, you should fucking feel regret.
Yeah.
You know? So I am very much, and this comes out in a lot of things, like I'm very sensitive to any emotional abuse.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to have to pause for a minute. I'm so sorry. Is that okay?
Tripping. Yeah.
Hello. Oh, there's a Monty here.
Oh, yay.
He is running straight outside to sniff and bark. 1 second. I'll just quickly.
Make your window bigger. That's fine. Hello, just checking. Are we still on for 2 p.m. today? I look forward to seeing you. Thanks, Grandma.
Okay, sorry about that. I deeply regret having embarrassed you like I did.
Yeah, to me it sounds like a guilt trip and a way of switching the turning the tables.
I 100% agree. Because I think of these as like, if someone was saying this to me, if someone had hurt me, what could I even say in response to that? Right?
Can you be honest?
Can I even say anything? So if someone says to me, I deeply regret having embarrassed you like I did, what are they asking me to say? Are they asking me to say that's okay? Are they asking me to now think about their feelings rather than my own embarrassment? Whereas I think the second one says, I can have a response to that, which can be either, yes, I can give you, or no, I need more time.
Yes,
but it actually allows me to respond honestly.
It's easier to say no to the direct question of forgiveness rather than the pressure or the reasons why you should forgive. I mean, forgiveness is all well and good, but it's just like it should be on the person who was wronged.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I agree that one is more.
But I still find that a weird thing to say. Like, our friendship is really important to me. I just would never say that. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could say like
this is showing me that this is other people prefer different ways of being spoken to. So.
I think yeah, I totally get that. I think that that one on the right is better than the one on the left.
I think that the idea though is that some people prefer them all. And so I think there might be like you're just going to get a different result depending on which one you prefer. So it's interesting that some people don't vomit in response.
If you're one of those people that doesn't vomit, please let us tell us. Explain that.
I want to hear. Yes.
I want to hear how that doesn't feel manipulative.
Yeah. Or why it's better. Maybe it does actually feel nice to feel like you had an impact on someone. If you haven't had that used against you.
Totally. Yes. Yeah.
It's more meaningful to me when someone says, okay, I admit it, I made a big mistake, or I want to grow from this experience. Would you think out steps ahead? I like the first one myself.
Yeah. I think my initial response is like, oh, I like the second one. But then I kind of stop and go, I'm sort of more of the position that if you know that you've fucked up, generally you wouldn't ask the person you've harmed to help you learn. Unless they've specifically agreed to be a part of that dynamic, you know?
Yeah. Or if it's like it depends on the issue a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So it could be maybe so say I left a part, like something really basic here.
Yeah.
Like I left an event without saying goodbye and the other person arrived with me and thought, where the fuck is she? And worried about me or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I can understand saying, what is your ideal leaving situation? Like, let's get clear on that. Like, is a text enough?
Yeah.
Or as I'm going, or like, how do you like a sign off?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize we were going there together as a unit, maybe, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like how did you see that? Like, did you see that as we were almost like a partnership at that event. You know, I just thought it was convenient to drive there together or something like this.
Yes.
So I can see how fleshing that stuff out is handy.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't put the onus on them to make a decision for me about how I should behave next time. I don't want to put the responsibility on them to like get it like if like I can see how that would be a shit thing to do, and if I did that I'd be like, sorry, like that's still fucked. So I still prefer this one as far as the apology part goes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's this thing of, I think apology conversations and
moving forward conversations
are separate things.
Yeah,
because I think for me, I look in an apology conversation, I look for not validation, what's what I'm looking for, but use validation of like
for your experience.
Validation of your experience, ownership of behavior. That's sort of what I'm looking for in an apology, and that's what I also hope to do when I give an apology. Whereas then the conversation can happen later about like next time or like moving forward or how would I remedy this. I kind of see them as separate. So I would agree that just like an honest, okay, I fucked up, you know, is really powerful in an apology conversation, I think. It's more meaningful to me when someone tells me.
I think because I don't like the assumption. I like the choice to be able to say that we're moving forward as well.
Yeah.
But that's maybe more important to me.
No, I get that.
I don't like the assumption.
Yeah. I think I remember having a friend in high school who just could not have an apology conversation. No. So she would just be like, I've said sorry. What's your problem? Like just couldn't comprehend that I might need a bit of time or that I might need something different to happen for me to move through the feeling of being hurt or embarrassed or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Totally.
It is more meaningful to me when someone tells me, what can I do or say to make things right? I had a bad attitude and it showed I should have thought more about what I was doing.
I'm the second one for sure.
Okay.
For me, the first one feels, but again, I think it's all in, it's like we're all based in our old experiences, hey, because like the first one I have heard
is to, right. So is that similar to what's your
yes
friend?
Yeah, it's like, well, what do you want? Like, what do you want me to do or say to make you get over it is what that feels like to me.
So I kind of like what I like about that first one is there is a clear acknowledgement within that they did something wrong.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like in the second one, it's like I had a bad attitude and it showed it seems like a huge sidestep to me.
Like,
okay. Like, did you not do something wrong?
Yeah, right.
But I agree with that second part of the second one.
Yeah.
You can.
I should have thought more about what I was doing. Yeah,
I really like that. So I'm probably really with you.
Yeah.
But I just wish it was more I was in the wrong.
Yes.
I should have thought more about what I was doing.
Yeah.
That to me would be very meaningful.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway.
Yeah, totally.
It sounds like we're pretty similar so far. It's more meaningful to me. I don't want to do this again, so I'll come up with ways to avoid mistakes like this in the future. Apologize for my action. You obviously don't have to. Oh, I like the second one.
I really like the second one.
Yeah.
Because I, again, I think it's like, and I also know like that, that first one is similar to things I have said when I've been in the wrong. Like as in,
to me, that's the next step to me. It's like, so I would like to have a conversation that starts with this. Can you see my cursor?
Yes, definitely. I apologize.
This, and then if someone's wronged me, then I respond with something. I hope we can move forward to though. But yes, I really have not enjoyed this experience.
Yeah.
And then they say, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
So I will come up with ways to avoid mistakes like this in the future. Yeah. To me, that's now like the
second conversation. Yeah.
It's like a repair phase.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. So it's like it's like apology and ownership phase and then repair phase. Or
we need
an opt-out phase.
Write in and say, like, can we change? Yeah, that's our opt-out phase. Yeah.
That's really important to me is at the end of the apology / ownership phase / accountability phase, the option to move into the recovery phase, like the repair phase, or the option
to me, that's say, just in that reply from this one. To me, to be honest, like it's not like
you don't have to forgive me, but I hope you will. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Whereas to me, when I've been and when I've been
valued.
Yeah. And when I've been a dick and been dismissive of other people, I would never say, oh, you don't have to forgive me. I hope you will, because it's too vulnerable.
I don't expect to be going to a party with that person again.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
I also don't expect things to be like, I would find it weird if someone ended a whole friendship based on that, but I do understand revoking that experience.
Yes.
Like, that to me is totally reasonable. And if you get up to a number of those, then you have no relationship yet.
Absolutely.
Like, that's that.
Yeah.
But, and I just like if I said, if I was like really apologetic and they were like, it's okay, it was a horrible experience. And I said like, okay, can we start doing this, like fleshing out how to manage how we will each leave an event that we arrived together. And I want to know what it means when you go to an event with someone. Then if they engage with that, I consider that a huge privilege because they don't have to.
Absolutely.
They don't have to do something with me. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I love it. It is more meaningful to me when someone asks me, can you possibly forgive me? Or what can I do to mend our friendship? Okay, to me, it's definitely the second one. Because for me, the first one feels... I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I think both put the onus on the wronged person to do the work. Because the first one's like, will you do the work to forgive me? And the second one's like,
to be
you
honest,
tell me what I need to do to make our friendship better.
Well, to me, they're the same as well. It's like, what can I do to mend our friendship comes with the assumption that that's possible.
Yeah.
And can you possibly forgive me is a guilt trip in my mind.
Yeah.
But
so I think personally, I'm too struck by the guilt trip of the first one that I think would also prefer the second.
I think we're also being triggered by the word
forgive
here.
Oh, do you know, I wrote a whole assignment. So when I was doing my master's, it was Masters of Peace and Conflict Studies. And there was a course in there about reconciliation and forgiveness.
Okay.
And it was a really interesting course, but I wrote a whole assignment explaining why the term forgiveness is so problematic when we talk about justice, safety, peace, and reconciliation. Because forgiveness for so many people in so many contexts is linked to religious ideology and religious trauma that is
like
actually
you're never going to hear
dangerous.
That word outside of that. Yeah.
No.
So I don't know.
Once you've been in that context, that's what forgiveness means always.
I wish that they, even in this, I think that they should use a different term. Like maybe if they use like, can we mend this friendship, or can you give me another chance?
Yeah.
I think that would be
much more effective
for one thing, and just like more useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not so triggering.
Yeah. Sorry, Monty's in strong agreement.
Is he though?
Oh, look, it's hard to know.
I can't tell. How do you like to receive apologies?
Monty, what's up? Come here, Bob. Oh, he is such a cute baby. Okay, let's keep going. He's calmed down.
I like the second one in this case.
Okay,
it's more the word forgive
to me when I hear someone say. Okay.
The first one sounds like all of my exes. Every single one. Yeah.
I think I totally. So it's so interesting because my initial response is like, oh, I like the ownership in the first one. But then I realized it's a cop-out.
Passive aggressive, I think, because it's like I could make excuses. It's like there are reasons why you're being unreasonable.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to share them.
Yes. No. And I think it can be a cop-out too, as in it's basically like, oh, well, I have no excuse. And therefore, but then
you have, it's like, is that really taking responsibility?
Exactly. Or is it just like, well, I am what I am?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But do you want to be in relationship with me? Like, do you feel bad about the fact that you are what you are? Like,
I think also it's like there's this whole, and I think this might be kind of more of a male thing of like, accept me as I am.
Yeah.
Which I think actually comes from trauma that men go through. I think
absolutely
that this need to be validated and accepted.
Yeah.
It has been unmet. But I also think like, well, no, actually we are humans, or we impact each other, and like
we commit to making we commit to working.
Yeah, we have to change in order to maintain relationships. That's
absolutely.
Like
there's this,
I can love you as you are, but that doesn't mean we're gonna have an interaction.
Yeah, or that our relationship is going to be able to proceed. Exactly. Yeah. Like it makes me think of this really good series. I think it's on SBS On Demand called Couples Therapy. Really, really good. If you haven't seen it, you would love it. Very Esther Perel-ish. So it's a real therapist who gets who has her sessions videoed for a year with obviously consent of everyone involved. Just a couple of therapists. Yeah. But there's one particular couple where this dude is very much kind of, I am what I am. And he actually is like, you should leave me then. Like, if I'm making you unhappy, why are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And it's so, it makes me crazy because I'm like, well, do you care about her or not? Because you do actually have control over what you are to an extent. And telling someone that they should just leave you if they're not happy is unfair.
It's also, that is a result of attachment trauma.
Yes.
That's not like, there is absolutely no way you should be dumping any of that on somebody else in a therapy session. That is your own therapy work to do.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
To do on your own. But it's fascinating
that's
to
a huge
see
projection of your own issues.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see the therapist wrestle with that couple in particular in herself. Like she's sort of going, like this dude has this massive trauma history. He really does.
Yeah, and he needs acceptance, but he's really doing it in an inappropriate way.
Exactly right. Yeah,
and
fascinating.
looking to it in the wrong place for it.
It is. I would highly recommend that show. Like truly, I'll send a link to you and I'll screenshot it for everyone on the pod so people can find it. It's seriously a good show.
Okay.
Anyway. So yeah, I think I'm more the right one. The second one.
Yeah.
Just because it feels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to make things better between us. What can I do to make things right? You don't have to ask me, but consider forgiving me for this mistake. They're both shit.
Yeah.
Probably the second one, I guess, but
Yeah, again, I think they're at different times, aren't they?
I don't think this is really...
Both of these for me don't fit in the apology phase.
No.
They fit in the like repair. They fit in the transitioning from apology to repair.
Which one do you like less? Are you doing this separately or are you...
Oh, no.
Agreement until now. I think that second one probably is a bit... I don't know, the whole what can I do to make things right? It sounds like future faking. And that's
I see. Yeah, whereas
carrot dangling kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll send a deposit in the morning. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I do like the you don't have to answer immediately. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
It's more meaningful to me when I hear these words from someone. I want to ask you to forgive me, or it deeply pains me to see you hurting like this. Oh, okay. Both of them annoy me.
I want to ask you to forgive me. Why is that?
That makes me think of.
Why don't you just ask me?
I literally.
Are you externalizing yourself?
Exactly. I literally. So it's 15. Everyone who knew me back in the day knew I was an edgy teenager because I loved the British show Skins. Have you seen Skins? Oh, fucking great show. But there's a scene in it where there's this fuck boy and his long-suffering girlfriend, and she's finally opting out. She's like, no, I'm done with this. And he says, Michelle, I think that I love you. And she says, Tony, that sentence sounds too long.
Yes.
And it's perfect. It's like, I want to ask you to forgive me. I think that I might I think that I might love you. And she's like, Tony, that sentence sounds too long. And I love it. It's like, no, that at what point do you commit to something? Like commit to a feeling, commit to an action.
Yeah.
We're done fucking around here. So that sounds too long.
You're asking for a commitment based on something.
I think I might.
Yeah. No.
I might want to ask you to forgive me. I want, okay, well then ask me if you're asking me. But then I also don't love the second one because it deeply pains me to see you hurting like this. Feels like
that sounds like my mom now.
And it sort of feels like, oh, I'm hurt to see you hurting, but I'm not actually in any way acknowledging what might be hurting you, which is probably me and my behavior.
Yeah. We need to fix your pain because it's impacting me.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad and I don't like it.
No.
So
it's
on
toxic
that
positivity, yeah.
Yeah. So to me, the first one is less offensive.
I wouldn't really accept either of these.
No, I agree.
I cannot imagine responding to these messages.
Yeah.
So first one might be a bit better.
To me, the first one is better, but I don't like either of them. Yeah. I feel like that's us with this whole quiz. Is like, I don't like either of them, but one
could come up with better examples.
Yeah,
for what they're getting at. I really messed up this time. We missed the deadline. I like that.
Okay, so that's in a work context. Gotcha.
Love this.
Can we back up and let me try and fix this? I really want to mend the damage.
Pretty good too.
Okay. Yeah, I like both of those.
I like the we. I like we in that. I like the inclusive.
Can we back up and let me try and fix this?
Me, I like it's like, it impacts you, but also it's on me.
It's on me because I fucked it up.
I want to amend this. But I also really just like the simplicity of the first one. So to me, this is like the ideal conversation where this is the apology and then this is the repair.
Yes. It's actually one, then two.
Yeah.
But heavily approving of both. Yeah, I like one.
But do you prefer the first one?
I prefer the first one mainly. I think we missed the deadline because of me is really powerful. Because it's like a true ownership with no other qualifications. Like,
yeah, it almost feels good to read it. Like, I just have like this relief of like,
acknowledge.
You know?
And in the same way that like, even thinking about saying that myself when I fuck up, that feels much better than, can we back up? Can I try and fix it? To me, it's more honest to just go, I fucked it. And we've missed this deadline because of me. Yeah. You know, that's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm waiting for here's and say, I'm upset with myself over how I handled our disagreement. I cringe when I recall the way I acted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know that what I've been doing is not helpful. Ooh, what would you like to see me change that would make this better for you? I really like the second one.
I love that. Oh, yeah, that's good.
I don't think either of them are bad. Like no, they're both pretty good.
They're toxic or anything.
No, I really like that second one.
Yeah. I know that what I did was wrong. That seems like a lot of words too. But maybe the person who wrote this might have been a bit not using active voice.
Yes, yeah. Instead of what I did was wrong. Or I was wrong. Yeah, get rid of I know what and did. Yeah. I was wrong. Yeah, just 3 words. I like this. I do like the second one. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible that I let you down.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I feel like that's authentic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know what I did was wrong is kind of like that as a kid. You're like, you know, they talk about the different levels of, is it morality or something, where as a kid, you're just like, you're acting from, is it the right thing or the wrong thing? And you begrudgingly don't do the wrong thing because it gets you in trouble. Yeah. Whereas then as you mature, as you mature, your motivations change to what actually feels authentically
great, good.
Yeah. Whereas that one's more like, I know what I did was wrong. It just feels a bit like, now I'm in trouble.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I like the simplicity of that.
Yeah.
I feel terrible is okay in that context, in my opinion, just because it's followed up with that I let you down.
Like, but you could just say,
like owning it.
Again, more words than needed. You could say, yeah, I'm so sorry I let you down.
I think that in this situation as well, it's like the feelings of the person who fucked up need to come second in the conversation. Not for yourself.
Absolutely.
You need to like for yourself, you validate them first and then you manage that before you come into the conversation.
Yes.
But like for the other person,
it's just about validating.
It's kind of about them. The conversation is about
absolutely. Them. And to me, I think there is absolutely, to me in the repair phase, you might then say, include hey, can I explain to you like my own shit and how I came to do the fucked up thing? Totally. Yes. But in the apology phase.
And how I'm coping.
And how I'm coping like, and how I want to change. But in the apology phase, not the place.
I feel like your feelings can just be never really pointed in a really honest direction in that conversation.
Absolutely.
That's my experience. What changes could I put in place that you might begin to trust me going forward? I hope this won't permanently damage a working relationship. I really like the second one, I think.
Interesting. Whereas I lean more, true. If I'm thinking apology phase, I think my gut likes the first one, but that's more of a repair. In terms of apology, I like that. What I don't love about the second one is the will you please accept my apology? Because there's just a part of me that feels like, now the ball's back in my court that I have to accept your apology. Whereas I think it's more powerful to just say, I really hope this won't permanently damage our working relationship. But I appreciate if you can't accept my apology. You know?
Yeah.
That would feel.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the question,
which might
will
actually
you
be
please?
within that. Like that might be
Yeah.
the meaning of it, but it's really could be. I think that it's like who's taking responsibility. So now it's like, will you please accept my
Yes.
apology? There's something more powerful to me about like, I understand if you can't.
If
like,
you can't.
I'm taking it on.
Yeah.
I'm taking the shit.
Yeah.
I'm taking the blow.
Absolutely.
If that's not possible, I can do that.
Yeah. And again, I think about like, what could my response be to these things?
And then I could feel gracious. Yeah. So then if I say, don't worry, we can work through this, then I feel like I feel seen and understood that that's giving you something.
Yes.
Whereas like for me to say, will you please accept my apology? If I say yes, then I feel like you've taken
it from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like it more.
Yeah.
I love the first half.
Yes. And I agree. I think that I don't like the term trust. That's a real trigger word for me. But otherwise, might be. I think like I think that maybe if it was phrased, what changes could I put in place so that we can keep on working on this project together going forward? Or something like that. Then I prefer that. But I think the word trust for me is just a big. Yeah,
I like the second one overall.
If
the second sentence was a little bit reframed. I can see my actions caused you pain and I feel terrible about what I did. Is there anything I can do to repair the damage I've created? Don't really like either of them.
I think I prefer this one just because my actions, what I did.
Caused you
I feel
pain.
terrible is in there, but it's like.
But it's after taking ownership and acknowledging my actions caused the pain.
Yeah, it seems to start and end in the right place for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I just feel like the part I feel terrible. I think that I just get these guilt trippy vibes from that. Is there anything I can do to repair the damage I've created? I tend to just feel like that again is the second part of the
of this conversation. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Are you in agreement?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, definitely. I only thought about what I was doing. I would have realized it was wrong. No, because you simply managed trouble. I really appreciate if you would forgive me. I don't really. I really
like this first sentence.
Yes. I don't like the first one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As in, it's all about the individual. Oh, if I'd only thought about what I was doing.
Again, that's a huge. They're using too many words in that.
Yeah, way too many words.
I would greatly. I think that this is probably something I would still be. I wouldn't have a knee-jerk reaction to this one.
Yes.
It's just that I would prefer. I would personally just use that first sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, even just saying, "Oh, I would greatly appreciate if you would forgive me," but to me, that still allows me to say no.
Yeah.
Rather than will you ever forgive me or will you please forgive me, feels like you're now putting it in me, whereas you're still owning that, I hope you forgive me, but it's not demanding that you do.
Yeah, especially after that first sentence where it's sort of like, I've caused this.
Yeah, I've caused you a significant amount of trouble.
No assumptions.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm truly grieved and sorry for my actions, plus the ways they've affected you. I do not like plus.
Plus the ways that they affected you. It also seems like it's subjective.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry you're hurting.
Yeah. I'm sorry you feel offended. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a non-apology is what that is.
If I'm ever again upset with you, I promise to gather my.
I really don't like that one as well. I think it's better than the non-apology, but I think you can't actually promise. I don't like the if I'm ever, like, as in, of course, we're going to be upset. If we're in a relationship, even if it's a working relationship, we're going to be upset with each other. We're going to piss each other off. And I promise to gather my thoughts. I don't think you can promise to do that.
Cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them do though.
Yeah.
approach you directly and respectfully. I like this. I have a bit of a plan.
Yeah.
I'm starting. Yeah. To me, that kind of shares like a bit of a goal.
Yes.
It's not very specific.
To me, it's optimistic. I think it's someone with good intent.
Yeah.
But they are optimistic that they promise to gather. Like you can't. Yeah. Whereas the other one feels like someone who's.
It also says like, you upset me. That's also in there.
Oh,
like,
yeah. If I'm ever upset with you. Interesting. Oh, can we? It's a shame we can't say neither.
Yeah. I guess either. I don't mind. But
yeah.
They're both.
I still think the second one is misguided, but better than a non-apology.
I agree. Yeah.
Second one for me. All the way.
Yeah.
So it's either.
Although, just like say,
I should not have done that.
Yeah.
So there's the two options, just in case anyone is not watching. The two options are: I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. That just feels too emotive for me, which then immediately makes me think manipulation. And I know that's because I'm jaded, but that's just me. The second one is I simply should not have done that. Yeah, I feel that one more.
I also don't want it to get to the big deal stage. Like,
no.
I hope that there's enough apologies in my life that things just sort of get
dealt with.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so I just feel like the big apology thing kind of means that there's been enough mistakes along the way.
True. Can you find it in your heart to forgive? No, I just don't like it. I like it.
I realize that talk is cheap. I'll work to show you that I'm cheap. I can see how that appeals to some people. Is there anything? I think it might be related to your love language a little bit. Like if you are an acts of service person, I think that first one is going to be what you're after. Is there anything I can do? But then that one's sort of the same.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Personally, I think out of those two, I lean more towards the first.
I think I'm the same, yeah.
Again, because it's not putting the onus on the harmed person to kind of come up with a solution. It's like the person's going, nope, I know that I fucked up and I know that you don't really want to hear me talk about, you know, or everything I'm going to do to make it better. I'll just have to work to show you I'm changing.
Yeah.
Whereas the second one, again, kind of goes, you know, you tell me how I make it up. Yeah. So I maybe am more of an acts of service person.
Yeah, maybe. I think that also I would prefer the second one if it was more of a question of like how I've impacted you or how like giving the other person an opportunity. I love the chance, like the invitation to share the shit stuff and not having to like look for the opportunity to share that. Or holding it like like managing it myself. But so that's a difference. I guess then I could respond with like, I need you to listen for a while while I talk about it. And not be too reactive. But but I still think, what can you do? I just sort of think sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes it's just shit. And just let it be shit.
Yes. Sometimes I actually don't want you to do anything.
Yeah, like sometimes it can't be fixed. I forgive you, but it can't be fixed. And I want that to exist. Like, valid. Like, I'm really embarrassed about my behavior. I'm so sorry. I think I like the first one.
So sorry. Yeah.
The second one to me implies there could be ifs, ands, or buts, like, or that they're like putting them aside. It feels less sincere. Whereas I feel like I'm really embarrassed about my behavior. I think that even though that does, unfortunately, again, put the focus on the person's feelings who's fucked up, which I don't think is appropriate again in the apology phase, I do think that in a way, it's not putting that responsibility on the other person. It's sort of just saying like, I'm struggling to have this conversation, and like Well, to me, it's just like they're embarrassed. They're managing their shame,
Yeah.
but they're still here saying sorry. Like that to me is okay.
Yeah.
But that's just my instinct.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think I don't really love either of them. So yeah, let's go with the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the second one.
I really like the second one. Yeah, if I'm thinking especially in a work context.
Yeah. Or a relationship context.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Maybe because I'm quality time through and through. I think.
Yeah, again,
that's always been my main struggle is like, when are you free?
Yes.
When can I talk to you?
Please don't back out of, like, if we make
that commitment is important to me. I'm holding out for it.
And because as well, like when you're someone who has life shit, but also mental health stuff, ADHD stuff, or other things, you're like, I'm concerned, but I'm also conserving energy for, like, as in I've planned my day around if we're meeting for lunch at 12 and I'm going to spend 2 hours of social time with you, like I could, it's quite a big thing.
The only thing I would say is that I would prefer it to be a little bit more specific, not just, I like that the onus is on the person who's missed something, but it's
they're trying to be active in it. I like that.
But I would like to see an evidence. Like, I want to know, like, so like I would like the next sentence to be, I've set a reminder of on my phone tomorrow. Anything like that, something small.
Yeah.
Like whatever the action is, so that it's not just like, I will do this, like, because that's just like, again, the promise sort of thing
of something.
Like,
Totally.
From now.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Will you please forgive me again?
Do not like.
I also feel like I apologize feels somehow like a weird. I am doing.
I apologize.
Not just I am sorry. I actually.
Yeah. What's an equivalent? It's like. I apologize. Apologize is like a verb.
Yeah.
It's I'm doing something.
Yeah, not
but I am sorry. It's like it's
I regret this. I want. Yeah.
It's the difference between I am crying and I'm sad.
I'm sad. Yes.
Like I'm, it's an externalized sort of thing. This is an action that is happening versus like this is deep in who I am. And, totally.
I agree.
I am saying an apology is almost what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am saying sorry as opposed to I am sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anyway. Yeah. Second one.
I thought this was going to be quick. Sorry.
No. It's because we talk too much.
Yeah.
I want so badly to avoid this type of error again. Let's talk about what I can do in the future to follow through my commitments. Okay.
What? Why? Why would let's talk about? No, you tell me when you set that reminder.
or you're asking me, what would make you feel like, as in what would be validating for you either way. Yeah. But this kind of thing of, let's meet and discuss what I need to do. I don't feel right just saying my bad. I want to make up for what I've done. What would you consider? See, I like that a lot.
Yeah. And to me, that kind of also, it kind of inside that is also something that maybe is kind of clues about their values.
Yeah.
So like moving forward, like if I ever had to apologize to this person,
I
would have a bit of insight into the fact that I'm sorry might not be enough.
Yes, I like that. Yes, it gives you that clue.
Yeah,
which is really handy.
A fair bit of self-awareness there.
Yes. And it's what would you consider appropriate? So rather than what do you need me to do to make it right? Like it's not kind of putting that thing. It's more like, if you think of things that you feel would help make up for this, please let me know.
I want to know them.
But it's not kind of asking for this immediate response as well.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I think that there's no sort of, I don't know how they're achieving this. I can't really deconstruct it that much, but somehow if somebody said this, I wouldn't feel like they are wanting So sometimes with the question, what can I do to make it, like, to improve things or something like that, to me that comes with the pressure of acting as though things are improved if I give
if
an
they
answer,
do that thing.
whereas I don't really sense that somehow
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. It's what would you consider appropriate for me to try out to make it better?
And I
It just
also
makes
feel
it,
like there's this sense that they're probably already working on themselves and they're asking what evidence I need. So like I really like that accountability.
Yes.
Or welcoming that accountability of saying like, okay, obviously you're going to need expecting, because sometimes it can feel a bit weird to say like, can I see the reminder on your phone or something like that? But they're saying like, would you
what
see,
do you
like,
need?
what do you need? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what's the assurance you're after here? Like,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That would be like my goal for apologies as well in giving them.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's
I'll
like-
take a screenshot.
Yeah.
In case
Yeah. I don't
need
feel
to-
shy. I want to, what would you consider? I would love to be doing that if I'm giving an apology.
Yeah.
I think that's really powerful. Yeah. Anyway,
that
I
is
like
kind of cool.
Mm.
So Jen's.
That's what I hope to say if I ever fuck up with everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, or like it's sort of, yeah, okay. It is cool. I know that my actions were totally unacceptable. I own that. It's just me out. I think that maybe without that second bit, so I own that again, feels like externalizing, but maybe it's just like for the sake of whoever wrote this, that's the energy that they're trying to
they're trying to actually
convey something.
I don't love
like
the second one. I think again because it's about the feelings of the apologizer, and I do think it stresses me out to know that you were standing there waiting for me. Like what can I respond to that? I end up almost feeling like I have to say sorry that you're stressed out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry for stressing you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just sorry that
left you standing there.
Sorry you were waiting for. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So definitely the first one I like.
Frustration. It also sort of seems to be like they're trying to name your emotions.
Like, without necessarily checking what they are.
Yeah.
And again, like I want to reiterate for anyone who's listening to this and going, but I might have, valid reasons why I fucked up. Definitely. But in the apology section, not the time to share it.
Yeah. And I also think that there's probably people who I know that you and I communicate well, but it's probably because we have some of these shared backgrounds and feelings and stuff. Like I think a lot of people probably don't need the separate apology and the repair phase. Like I feel like a lot of people might be in a situation where they're doing this on a daily basis to avoid all of that.
Yeah.
So I think that I would, and I don't think there's any value. I don't think these are designed to have any value judgments on them.
It's just interesting to notice yourself.
It probably sounds like we might have a value judgment on them because we are aligned.
Yes, that's a good point to make. This is just more, and look, to be fair, like because we have some similar trauma and stuff, we are triggered around some similar things.
Together.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're gonna figure this stuff out if you have a podcast with and you leave a church with someone.
Exactly, and you sort of have a lifelong friendship. Yeah, end up being
and that incentive to work it out and stuff. Yeah.
and we also have similar communication styles in some ways.
Right. Yeah, and and the shared context. So like it's not like you. So sometimes you might say things, but I can put that into. You don't have to then explain, and that's your background or anything. I just go, oh, that means this because of your background.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly right.
So it helps. It's more
I know I've inconvenienced you. What can I do for you that could help balance things out?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I like that one. Just on a first read. I'm unhappy with how I've hurt you. I'm enormously disappointed in myself. I lean towards the first one.
I like the first one because it's not like, what can I do for you to make things better? It's just to get things back to an equilibrium. Like things are out of, like you have been, it's like you're now in a lesser position because something I did. what can I do to
Yeah.
stick up your side again?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like to put you up here. It's
Yeah. And it's not to kind of,
you.
what can I do to make the relationship better, which has a payoff for me. It's like, what can I do to help you feel?
Help your life. Like,
yeah, make things easier because I've taken from you. What can I do that will at least give some back to you? Yeah, I like that a lot. Monty. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's got a lot to say. What can I do to make this situation right for you immediately? Ooh. What if I don't know immediately? I get what they're trying to say.
Like here versus later kind of thing.
Yeah, I like what they're trying to say.
That's
like,
true. Because sometimes what I need today is like, get out of my face.
Yeah, go away from me.
But like next
or
week,
order me an Uber Eats and go away. You know, like I like
cool.
it.
That's an apology I would accept.
Like, absolutely.
Can I get you some Uber Eats? Let me know what else you need later.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I may take some time to rebuild your trust in me. I'm confused. Me. Yeah. Meanwhile, that's not a.
Okay. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm working hard on changes to prove that I'm trustworthy. Okay. I like that because that's the way I like the word trust being used. So that's just like the reverse of my trigger. I don't even know whether that's actually like makes sense.
Yes.
As a
no,
sentence.
I get it. So it may take some time to rebuild your trust in me. Meanwhile, what I'm working hard on changes to prove that I am trustworthy.
I don't think the word "what" is meant to be there.
No.
Meanwhile, I'm working hard on changes to prove that I'm trustworthy.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, I like the assumption.
I do like that.
I like that there's no assumption that rebuilding trust is possible.
Yes, absolutely. And there's no requirement on the wronged party to.
And no commitment.
Yeah.
Necessary.
Yeah, and no time limit.
Just going to start. Yeah, and that they understand that it takes time. That they will be chipping away chipping away at it.
Yeah.
And that without the expectation of that being given back.
Yeah.
I like that, but I don't know whether if I took my triggers out of it, would I still like it more than this one? Because this one's not terrible.
Yeah, I'm growing on the first one is growing on me.
Yeah,
I think initially I was like, immediately, what if I don't know what I need?
Maybe they're both the same. So like,
yes.
This one's saying,
is there anything I can do right now in this moment that would at least, help you out?
This one seems to have an acknowledgement of this is a long-term process.
Yeah.
I think I prefer this one. But
I would agree, mainly because personally the immediacy one is hard for me because I never know what I need in the moment.
Oh, really?
Ever. Like I'm so this is where like I've worked for the last 5 years really hard on not dissociating, but when something goes wrong, like, if there's an argument or something, there's no hope of me knowing what I need in that moment. So if someone says to me, what can I do for you right now to make this better? I then feel like rushed to work out what I need, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I do kind of like the longer term approach personally. But I appreciate that that's just more for me, like specifically. I appreciate what they're trying to say with that question. And I like the idea behind it.
I can imagine that some people just like want to cuddle or like whatever that is. But I'm with you. And I definitely just want someone out of my face all the time. Like if something goes wrong, I need time.
I need time.
I'm a self-soother. My avoidance stage of that, and I'll be back when I feel safe. I'm so sorry about that. I truly feel awful about having disappointed you. Ooh, see, that sounds weird. Saying I'm sorry doesn't. Like, I'm sorry for disappointing you. I don't know.
Rather than hurting you? Yeah. Or I'm sorry for letting you down?
It seems like a lack of responsibility.
Yeah.
Say, sorry, what more can I say or do? See, I don't like that either, but I like that more.
Yeah. I don't know about either of those.
Or I like this less.
Yeah. I think, I think it's probably, I think the wording is tripping me up on the second one. I think the more makes me think the tone is, what more can I say and do to make you feel better? Like what else do you need from me, kind of thing.
If it was just what else can I
do, what else can I do to, that's probably not too bad. Yeah. So probably the second one personally.
Some suggestions for the
for this quiz.
Website.
We can send them this link.
Yeah. I'm confident that everything I've learned from this bad experience will prevent me from doing it again. I think that I like where it's coming from.
Yeah.
The learning, I'm learning from this. I know what I did was inappropriate.
No two ways about it.
I like that better, I think. But
yeah, to me, there's the first one is much later down the track in repair. Yes, that's not. I don't want to hear that when you're telling me I'm sorry. I don't want to hear you say like, I'm so sorry you hurt you, but I hurt you. But the good news is it's a learning experience. Like, no, I don't want to fucking hear that.
I'm glad. Later on, I'll be glad.
Later on, I'll be thrilled to hear that. But in the moment, I like they're just what it was inappropriate. I like that more. Oh,
wow!
Really? I am shocked by that.
Really?
Okay,
that is weird.
So the results say your primary apology language is request forgiveness.
Wow.
So that is that the person apologizing is asking for your forgiveness.
Yeah.
Then followed very closely by accepting responsibility.
That part doesn't surprise me.
And plan change is next after that, which is to me very similar to accepting responsibility.
Yeah. Make restoration. Maybe that's what we think of as forgiveness. I'm not sure.
And expressing regret. We do not like
them.
Oh, I'm so. I feel terrible. I don't want to hear feelings.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What does this say about requesting forgiveness?
They want assurance. Recognizes the need. Okay. God. Okay.
So I'll read the first paragraph. So it says, in some relationships, a mate, I find that weird, a person wants to hear their partner physically ask for forgiveness. They want assurances that
the term mate. I just think of penguins. Like, I think I just read too much about penguins.
That's so funny. I think of like old mate.
Oh yeah.
Or like who's your mate? You know what I mean?
Okay.
They want assurances that their friend or person recognizes the need for forgiveness. I do. Yeah. Okay. I see that. Not forgiveness, but like the need for repair, maybe is a better term.
Yeah, request repair. I like
that. Asking for repair shows that you realize what you've done, realize you've done something wrong, and that you're willing to put the future of the relationship in the hands of the offended person. Yes. Requesting repair is not easy. It often leaves one vulnerable to rejection.
Yeah, okay.
Many people have a hard time seeking repair. We're just rewording this now because it means you admitting you have failed. The only way to overcome this fear is to recognize that it is very common amongst mankind or womankind or personkind. The commonality makes it okay to be a failure. It allows the stubborn person to apologize to their partner or person and become a healthy individual. Ultimately, it's important
I do feel like it's a human thing of like, can you accept my human?
Yeah, humanness.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's important to remember that there is a difference between asking for repair and demanding repair. When we demand repair, we tend to forget the nature of repair. Repair is a choice the offended party is supposed to make.
Yeah.
Demanding repair takes away the sincerity of asking for it.
This might actually reflect some of our responses that were not swayed in the like typical "will you forgive me" kind of stuff. Yeah, okay.
Remember not to treat repair lightly. It is something to be cherished and appreciated. The act of repair is hard on both ends, for the person asking and for the person who's accepting.
I like that. I think it's meant to be hard. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that repair is a really helpful
word. It's a helpful substitute there.
I think it's very silly for anything that anything anywhere to use the term forgiveness unless it's in a religious context.
I agree wholeheartedly. Interesting.
So shall I get some?
Aha.
Oh, cool.
So then second we got was accept responsibility. It's very difficult for some people to admit they're wrong. Makes them doubt their self-worth, and no one likes to be portrayed as a failure. However, as adults, we all must admit that we make and will make mistakes. We're going to make poor decisions and hurt our friends or people in our lives. And we're going to have to admit that we're wrong. We have to accept responsibility for our own failures. For many individuals, all they want to hear is the words, I am wrong.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
I think that's like just family stuff, but yeah.
If the apology neglects accepting responsibility for their actions, many partners or people will not feel as though the apology was meaningful and sincere. Definitely, that's me. Many people need to learn to overcome their ego, the desire to not be viewed as a failure, and simply admit their actions were wrong. For a partner or person who speaks this apology language, if an apology does not admit fault, it is not worth hearing. That is definitely me.
Yeah.
Being sincere in your apology means allowing yourself to be weak and admitting that you make mistakes. Now, this may be hard to do for some people. It makes the world of difference to your partner or person who speaks this language. Absolutely.
I would probably even suggest that one might actually be more important to me.
Yes, I agree.
Than the other one. I would swap them in my post interpretation of this, but
yes,
or and then they need to come together. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think you can have one without the other. I don't think you can request repair until you've owned that you did the wrong thing.
Yeah, and I think that also you can have the acceptance of that someone's done the wrong thing and not have the repair.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And then our third place was planned change, which I think goes hand in hand, with repair. Is
the convincing factor. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Planned change, convincing factor, and an apology.
It's okay. So it's a modified behavior.
Yeah.
Avoiding the situation in the future. Okay.
Yep. Totally. That makes sense to me. Definitely. And then our fourth place was
make restoration
or restitution. Okay. So to make it right. To make someone whole.
Justice.
Interesting.
Pay for their wrongdoing. It's an interesting mindset.
Yeah. I don't resonate with this as much for sure. Because I sort of think to me, the restitution or the making it right is the ownership, the request for repair, and the plan for something different. That is my restitution.
Authoritarian.
Yeah. So whereas for people who sort of more speak this language, they would need to go I need you to, okay, so if we're using the example of the person leaving the party without saying goodbye, they might say, I need you to take me out for lunch this week and cover the bill. For them, that is a part of that apology process, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't resonate with me, so I'm not quite sure.
That doesn't really sound healthy to me, but that's my instinct. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or triggered by it.
Yeah. If this is you, one of our patrons, if this is something that really works for you, let us know how it does, because it's just not something we're familiar with. So it's not that it's a bad way to do it.
I think I might have only heard this example when it's a way to avoid the actual problem.
Right.
So if I give you flowers,
then
you'll be happy with me again when there's been nothing
Whereas
else.
it sounds like with this,
this
is not I'll do something for you to make it go away. It's it's the actual wronged party saying, if I need this from you to make me feel.
I totally see how this would work for a gifts person.
Yes. And even in acts of service, definitely.
Yeah, and I totally get that. I can see this as a way of making life easier for a little while in acknowledgement of their feelings or something like that. In
Yeah.
response to their feelings. But to me, it's just like, it seems like a strange thing to jump to until you know the feelings, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I just
No.
don't know that I've seen
Just
great
not
examples of it.
Yeah. So I'm really curious if anyone has had experience in either making restitution or having restitution made to them in a way that's felt really meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And our last, which you might have picked up in this recording, we're not really into the expressing of regret.
No.
Sorry. So this says expressing regret is the apology language that zeroes in on emotional hurt. It is the admission of guilt or shame for causing pain to another person. For those who listen for the expressing regret apologies, a simple I'm sorry is all they look for. There is no need for explanation or payback, provided the apologies truly come from the heart.
No, this makes sense. It makes sense. It's just not enough for me.
Yeah. Above all, expressing your shake.
I do like the
unflinching eye contact.
I like a flinch.
Hey,
I think it's fine if they're flinching. It's a good sign.
Flinch, bitch, flinch.
That's not real. You're maintaining eye contact. What the fuck? You're not sorry.
Why are you looking at me in my fucking eyes? You're not sorry at all.
Okay. No, I agree. The part I really do resonate with is that a simple I'm sorry is what I'm looking for. Like, I think that I like this part.
Yes.
Very much. I really like just without the, even the next bit, actually. No need for like, no, I think there's no explaining, justifying. There's no feel like I feel this, you feel that. No projecting that you'll forgive me, anything like this. It's just it's to me the I'm sorry is kind of really important too. But I'm just not sure about that as being enough.
No, and I think the trouble is, I think it's so rarely just I'm sorry. It's just, I'm sorry, I feel terrible, I feel so guilty, I feel, and so then it becomes that redirection of about the feelings of the apologer, and which then to me makes me feel like the person receiving the apology ends up having to comfort the person giving the apology.
Yeah, maybe if you're someone who can just say thank you.
Yeah.
Which might be a thing, like being able to take an
receive an apology.
Receive it, Or just
I cannot.
Just to be like, yes, you should be sorry.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Might be a reflection.
Yeah. Cool. Interesting. So I'm curious to hear. That's, sort of where we shake out. And we are both a bit similar in this way. I'm curious to hear, though, if any of our patrons or those listening have do you kind of score higher on others? Like, I'm so curious to hear how some of those ones like the.
I want to see an example. Like, I would have a couple
where
of
it's felt really
meaningful
meaningful.
Ours in subtle ways, but like, I don't know whether. I mean, we probably actually do it all the time. Like, probably. Once a week, but it's hard to imagine it when it's natural. Whereas I imagine if people are doing this every week, then like I wouldn't mind knowing what that means. Or how it sounds.
Yeah, and how it feels, I think.
Yeah.
Because so often the words aren't really the issue.
Yeah,
like the words.
Or why don't you like our first?
Yeah. Yes.
Scarring. If you were answering every question the opposite way.
Yeah. Tell us more.
Yes, tell us more.
Comment below, email us, whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's us for GFE this week. I think that's plenty.
Absolutely. Yes. Done well. I feel bad that your voice might be.
Oh no, all good. I'm going to hit stop.
Yeah, cool.